Hello, dear Lotus for Life here, bringing us a brand new video, and today I am sorry about the lateness on this. I wanted to talk about this much sooner, but things have been very, very busy for me, and now we are finally getting to it. So, the new ice barriers. It's been a while since the ice barrier structure deck was the one at 1, and now we are finally getting our first look at the new cards for the archetype. Beginning with their boss monster, a new enabler, and a new tuner who is the cutest little boy ever. First and foremost, let's talk about the new boss, Trishula, Sub-Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. This thing is beautiful right off the bat, okay? They really gave Trishula like a really good makeover and everything, and it looks amazing. It also now explains the reasoning for why there's two Trishulas, because Trishula looked a bit different in Battle of the Dragons, or whatever that trap card was called. So Trishula, Sub-Zero, Dragon of the Ice Bear, Water Dragon, Synchro Effect, level 11, 2700, 2000, 1 tuner plus 2 or more non-tuners. You can only use its second effect once per turn, so the first effect is not once per turn, and this leads to some very funny synchro shenanigans. When this card is synchro summoned, you can banish up to 3 cards your opponent controls. That's not once per turn, and that is any 3 cards. It doesn't target either. So, just on synchro summon, banish 3 cards your opponent controls. And then you can desynchro it with the spell card, desynchro, and then synchro summon it again, and just repeat the shenanigans that people would do back in the day with the original Trishula, which is hilarious. And then if it dies, you can spell summon the original Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier from your extract or graveyard, but its attack becomes 3300. Then if your opponent controls any face-up monsters, half their attacks and negate their effects. So basically, this is if you haven't seen that trap card, it looks like Escalon kills Trishula, and then Trishula jumps out of the ice and like is taking a pretty good attack at Escalon. This puts Trishula on Escalon's level with 3300 attack power, and also halves the opponent's monster's attacks and negates their effects. So basically, it dies, summons the original Trishula. Your opponent's monsters have their effects negated, and you also have their attack power. That is ridiculous. Oh yeah, and Trishula becomes 3300. That is just so stupid. The only thing is that it would have been an insult to injury and like just as a cherry on top if it also treated it as a synchro summon, so that the original Trishula would also get its effect to, well, banish a card from field, hand, and graveyard. But hey, I'll take what I can get. That is some mean negation and attack having. So very, very good. Next up, we got Mirror Master of the Ice Barrier. Water Spellcaster effect. Level 4, 1700, 1000. You can only use each of her second and third effects once per turn each. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe this is the first time we've seen Gishki, Noelia, or Emilia. What's her name? Gishki. Not Amelia. Amelia's her daughter. What was this chick's name? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Noelia. I was right the first time around. So Noelia, unless I'm mistaken, this is our first time seeing her. And it just dawned on me, you guys can't see me looking at Ygopro because my screen capture won't work, so I have to use window capture. So, yeah, this is the first time we've seen Noelia in here, in the Ice Barrier. We had always heard that she was originally a member of the Ice Barrier, because basically the Ice Barriers fell, and then the remnants of them switched to being Gishki. And you can actually see the Gishki staff here that she has later on, but it's wrapped up. So if I had to take a guess, she's the protector of the mirror, but isn't supposed to like pull it out or anything. So that's really interesting, building up some lore. I love it. She does look a lot nicer here before she starts going crazy too. Okay, anyway, so you can only use her second and third effect once per turn each. When you control another Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon. So this is a interesting floodgate. That's something that Ice Barriers have a lot of. They have a lot of random floodgate monsters, but their big issue is not being able to get out all the floodgate monsters, because they all say, while you control another Ice Barrier, your opponent can't activate spells, your opponent can't tribute summon, your opponent can't do whatever, which has really always been the big issue of getting them all out. Now the generals are supposed to help with that, but they aren't good, so Yeah, it's always been a big issue with the deck, and this kind of helps out with that to an extent. Now, the Tribute Summon thing, not going to be very relevant for 2020, but again, it goes with the lore and everything, with the advent of the Steel Swarms and how they all tribute summon and stuff. So I like it for lore reasons, but obviously it's not going to do much for 2020. But what she does help out with is her second and third effects. You can discard one card, spell summon an Ice Barrier Tuner monster from your deck. Also, you cannot spell summon monsters for the rest of this turn except water monsters. If you would activate an Ice Barrier monster's effect by sending a card or cards from the hand to the graveyard, or by discarding, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of one of those cards. This is really, really handy. Ice Barriers have a lot of discard effects, so just being able to banish her instead is really, really helpful because you don't have to worry about like discarding to do anything, or at least once a turn, I guess. And then the discard to spell summon any Ice Barrier Tuner from your deck. I mean, I'm not going to complain about being able to pull any tuner from deck. You can pull a level 2 to go straight into like Gungnir, or wait, no, Gungnir's level 7. Pull a level 2 to go straight into Brionic, or pull a level 3 to go straight into Gungnir, or you can just do some more combo shenanigans to hopefully be able to make either of your two Trishulas. So, yeah, pretty good card all around. Then we got Frost Spirit of the Ice Bearer, cute little thing. Water Sea Serpent Tuner effect, level 1, 400 attack, 200 defense. You don't use this card's name's second effect once per turn. When you control another Ice Barrier monster, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. See, that's another one of those random little Ice Barrier things where like, oh, you got more Ice Barriers? Okay, here's a thing that you can do or that your opponent can't do. During your main phase, you can send one level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card's level becomes that sent monster's level until the end of this turn, effectively making him a Foolish Burial plus like a level modulation. This is just amazing, okay? One of the best Nordic tuners does basically the same thing here, but this is just as good for good old Ice Barriers. I do wish you could send any Ice Barrier just to be able to get any like of your generals in the graveyard and make this thing a level 8 because that'd be hilarious, but you know what, I'll take what I can get, make him a level 2, 3, whatever. Really handy, gonna be great for the deck. So that is all that we have here. Now, does this fix Ice Barrier's issues? No. Ice Barrier's big issue is still being able to swarm the field. They can't. They really, really can't. They are still extremely slow in that regard. I mean, like, to put it in perspective, guys, they're, as I said, the generals are meant to like be able to help you swarm out. With General Gantala being able to summon any Ice Barrier from your graveyard during the end phase of your turn, and then General Grunard being able to let you normal summon or set in addition to, well, he basically gives you an extra normal summon. The issue is that neither of the generals are easy to summon. They're both level 8, well, one's level 8, one's level 7, but neither of them are easy to get out on the field because Ice Barriers don't have any easy way of summoning out monsters. Heck, one of the better Ice Barriers that can summon stuff pretty easy is Medium, and she needs your opponent to have 4 more cards than you in order to special summon her. You know, this is really just, it's going to be very hard for this deck to actually be, like, made into something particularly great. Like, I'm just re-looking at everything and, like, they just need so much support. I feel like they're one of those archetypes that's like kind of almost there, but they need a lot more support than other archetypes do. Like one of their best cards prior of the Ice Barrier, you can just plop him on the field if you control an Ice Barrier, and then if you summon him using that effect, you cannot summon any level 5 or higher monsters the turn you use that effect. Okay, that is stupid. Okay, prior, one of the best cards in the archetype, you can't even synchro summon any of their best monsters or summon either of the generals. And then prior literally just lets you tribute him to summon any Ice Barrier from your graveyard. Ice Barriers are also really going to need more spells and traps. They only have 3, one of which is a quick play spell that does literally nothing. I mean, well, it doesn't literally do nothing, but it's just kind of subpar. It really only combos if you summon Trishula, which makes sense. It's made to be comboed with Trishula. And then you got the Medallion of the Ice Barrier, which is basically E-Call for the deck. You add any Ice Barrier from your deck to your hand. That's really good. In a magic triangle of the Ice Barrier, reveal 3 Ice Barrier monsters with different names in your hand. Select one card your opponent controls, destroy that opponent's card, and spell summon the Ice Barrier monster from your hand. Literally, Magic Triangle is the only way to get the generals out consistently in the archetype. And unfortunately, you don't have any way of searching out their spells and traps. So what does the deck need? They need spells and traps that can actually like special summon or search out stuff. And they need more ways of tutoring out their spells and traps. They have ways of searching out their monsters thanks to their basically e-call, but they need more. They need a lot more. I don't know what else to say, but hey, I like it. It's a good start. Let's continue on with that, Konami. They gave Dragoonity a crap ton of support in that structure deck, so here's hoping they do the same for Ice Barrier. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and see y'all later. Peace out. Thank you all for watching the video. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and see y'all later.